We're following up on the biggest stories today, yet we understand 11 persons have been killed and 4 others injured in an attack by suspected herdsmen in Rim village in Riom local government area of Plateau State. Very daredevil people did that. The incident occurred on Tuesday evening when villagers were said to have been returning from Mekera market. The Plateau State Police Public Relations Officer confirmed the casualty figures. The Riom attack is coming about 3 weeks after herdsmen killed at least 29 people, mostly women and children, in Miango Basa local government area of Plateau. Victims of the Miango attack have been seeking refuge at a primary school, reportedly under the protection of security forces when they were massacred. What does this mean to the developments in Plateau? Data feeds are coming through in one place simultaneously on all our social media platforms, channelstv.com and on youtube.com/channels12. You can follow us right now on m.channelstv.com and on Facebook as well. We've got all our platforms and social media covered. Be part of the show. Tweet at Gimba Umar CTV. Use the hashtag State of the Nation to air your thoughts on the subject. The President of the Senate, Dr. Bukola Saraki, has said that as Nigeria emerged from recession, the economic recovery must be felt by all Nigerians, saying that there's a need to take a second look at the relationship between oil and Nigeria's economy, noting that despite the economic recovery, Nigerian youths are still unemployed. He was speaking during the presentation of the 2018 budget proposal by President Muhammadu Buhari to the National Assembly, insisting that made in Nigeria goods must also be anchored in the process of implementation of the 2018 budget. We will get more about the budget in just a moment with one of the lawmakers. In the meantime, the federal lawmaker representing Bauchi Central Senatorial District, Senator Isa Misau, is to be arraigned on December the 12th, 2017. Justice Anwuli Chikere of a federal high court in Abuja adjourned hearing to the new date after an irregularity was pointed out by Senator Misau's counsel. In the meantime, the Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, whom Senator Misau accused of corruption, has appeared before the Senate committee investigating the allegations of corruption leveled against him by the senator. What more could come from a seeming bitter row between both the senator and the IGP? Are the claims true or are they false? It's prime time in Lagos, and this is State of the Nation. Welcome everyone in Nigeria and the rest of the world. This is State of the Nation. I am Gimba Umar. Right behind me, data feeds are still coming through on all our social media platforms in one place simultaneously. Be part of the show. Tweet at Gimba Umar CTV and use the hashtag State of the Nation. The 2018 budget has been presented to the National Assembly by the President. There were initial threats to boycott the process. Some of the members of the PDP gave reasons, saying that the constituency projects in 2017's budget were not funded. Let's get a broader view on this. The Chairman, House Committee on Finance, Honorable Ibrahim Babangida, joins me on State of the Nation. I want to thank you so much indeed for coming on the show at this time. Some PDP legislators were not really happy with the non-release of funds for constituency projects and threatened to boycott the presentation of Mr. President to the joint session of the National Assembly. Is that grudge still potent?
Hello?
Yes, if you can hear me, I said that there were initial attempts to boycott the budget presentation by some PDP lawmakers who were not happy about the status of funding of the 2017 budget and felt that the 2018 budget shouldn't even be presented in the first place. Is that grudge still potent?
Well, Mr. Gimba, what the opposition party tried to do is not something new. I remember during Jonathan time, there was also an attempt by the opposition party to shout down Mr. President then. But you see, it wasn't a grudge as such. Part of the complaint is the non-implementation of the budgets generally. Because as far as they are concerned, an Appropriation Act has been passed into law. So the expectation is that the budget should be fully implemented, especially when you consider the level of implementation in 2016. So there are a lot of complaints, and we try as much as we can to draw the attention that whatever you do is in the national interest, and they have risen with the leadership of both chambers And they have resolved to cooperate with Mr. President and make sure that we pay attention to the consideration of the 2018 budget.
Now, as you did say, that was a grudge, but thankfully it didn't happen. But several issues have been raised concerning the budget of consolidation. That's the 2018 budget. One of which is the funding or release of funds for implementing the budget. Many question saying that if we didn't record 80% implementation of the 2017 budget, what guarantee is there for the 2018 budget?
Well, you see, if you listen to Mr. President, he promised to implement the capital aspect of the budget 2017 to about 50% before the end of December. And hopefully, we'll try as much as we can to make sure that we pass the 2018 budget between December or early part of January. So if you look at the parameters that are used in 2018 budget, there is a slight difference between 2017, which means there is likely to be a higher expectation of revenue. The production per day is increased from 2.2 million barrels per day to 2.3 million barrels per day. That will bring additional revenue. The crude price per barrel has increased from 39.5 to 45. So you see, and there's an attempt by the revenue generating agency to also make sure that they put more effort in generating more revenue. One of the major challenges we experienced in 2017 budget has to do with the failure to generate revenue from independent revenue, which that has to do with the nature of the economy. But I think a lot of measures have been taken into place. We are assured that by the time we conclude the consideration of the medium-term expenditure framework, it will be very clear to us whether the revenue projection is achievable or not, because we are yet to engage the agencies. We are going to invite them possibly by next week, interact with them to justify all the parameters that are contained in the medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper. So we hope at the end of the day it will be very clear to us how we are going to, the kind of consideration we are going to give the 2018 budget.